Office 365 uses the software as a service or SaaS model where software is delivered via the internet directly to desktops and mobile devices. Any connectivity problems with the internet will cause immediate productivity issues, and therefore they need to be resolved as quickly as possible. Connectivity problems can usually be traced to incorrect or missing settings for either DNS, firewalls, ports, or networking. Let's review the most common problems and learn how to resolve them. For Office 365 to work over the internet, you must have reliable DNS functionality. DNS, the naming service used by all servers across the internet to locate each other efficiently. It's very stable and uses the TCP/IP network protocol to ensure reliable routing and delivery of information during the Office 365 setup process. An administrator will have verified your custom domain name and configured your DNS records to point to Office 365. This configuration can be done using the admin control panel for your domain host or via the Microsoft 365 Admin Center. The records are used to point your client devices and apps to the various services provided by Office 365. These DNS records should use the root domain names rather than IP addresses because IP addresses may change over time. For example, use OutlookOffice.com and Office365.com. When you implement Office 365, you'll need to prepare your network. It will need to cope with the increase in traffic flow that's likely to occur. The increased bandwidth requirements is often underestimated. And yet, once users start to use OneDrive, Teams, and services such as Stream, your traffic can increase tenfold. Any issues with the loss of bandwidth or reduced speed will frustrate your users, and any downtime could have a massive impact on your productivity and output. There are several networking tools that you can use to help resolve networking issues. These include using a third-party network protocol analyzer, such as Wireshark. Note that the Microsoft Message Analyzer was retired at the end of 2019, but it's still a useful tool if you already have it. And the Microsoft Support and Recovery Assistant for Office 365 can be used to fix Office 365 connection problems, including network issues, and we'll see this tool later. And finally, the Office 365 Network Onboarding Tool can run basic connectivity tests and provides network design guidance. With the Office 365 Network Onboarding Tool, you can also download the more advanced tool, which runs 460 tests on your system. This tool can be downloaded from the URL shown on screen. You'll enter your city and country and then run the test. And here you can see your location and the connection to your local data center. Optionally, you can also enter your tenant name and run more advanced tests. Many issues with Office 365 can be traced to connectivity issues caused by firewalls and ports. The role of a firewall is to provide network security by filtering incoming and outgoing network traffic. Therefore, you'll experience issues if your firewall has not been set up to allow Office 365 related traffic. Ports act as connectivity points which also need to be managed to allow access. In order to resolve connectivity issues caused by firewalls and ports, you need to verify your URLs and IP addresses as required by Office 365. You need to configure your firewall and port settings for the Office 365 services. The table shows some of the key ports that are used by Office 365. These include TCP port 25 or 80 and 443, 143 and 993, and the details are shown on screen. You also have ports TCP 587 and 995, depending on the Office 365 services that you want to implement. You'll need to allow traffic through your firewall on these ports. You can use the Microsoft Docs or find the Office 365 URLs and IP addresses using the web page as shown on screen. Here you can see for each of the Microsoft services the Office 365 URLs and IP address ranges.